Welcome in, everyone. My name is Ruth, and today we're going to be looking at topics that are very, very intense. I've been feeling this topic on my mind concerning spiritual warfare and the dynamic that's happening between the United States of America, Israel, Iran, and the Middle East. And every time I kind of feel into that energy as a clairvoyant, I kind of keep getting my attention drawn something higher or something in another on the other side. There's something on the other side of this that is a leading energy. And if you have not watched my latest video, Iran Stargate, go ahead and watch that out. We touch into it a little bit. But something that I'm realizing is that this energy, this international conflict, I'm going to try not to use the word WAR a whole lot, but this international conflict happening right now is bigger than we think. It's huge, it's massive, and it's spiritual, it's energetic, and there's more than just humanity involved. And I did this video because I was looking on Facebook and there's this another spiritual practitioner who does what I do, has not been involved in looking at spiritual things at all, was never interested at all. But she's suddenly getting interested in 2026. She's suddenly going on Facebook and making all this anger. And she got really upset at our current US president. She's like, this is 8-year-old behavior. Why are we doing WAR, why are we getting involved? And so I do feel there is one layer of awareness and awakening happening. I think we awake in layers. And so there are certain people that have never looked at politics and now they're kind of interested, right? And I believe on that layer of looking at conflict on an international level, we are supposed to, from humanity's point of view, ascend and grow into the area of we're done with WAR. We don't want it, right? But then you go to the next layer when you see the political realm, and I have several people who are running, friends who I know that are running for Congress and people who are in that dynamic of international relationships. And they see it on a whole different level of possible threats, keeping America safe and different things. And then you go even higher and you have all the intelligence level of things that are classified that cannot be released to the US public or even not being released to congressmen. So you have layers of information and then Spirit's saying, what about the layer above that? What about the layer of something that's happening in the world energetically? There's a layer of the astrology. Right now, we're going through an eclipse season, and anything toxic feminine or toxic masculine is being eclipsed. And just from history, the energy of the Middle East has been toxic to wholesome masculine feminine energy. They require them to wear masks. They require women to hide their face. They require, women can be killed if they end up getting, quote unquote, damaged by another man. They can go through horrible treatment as a society, sometimes in the Middle East, right? So there's a lot of energy there where that kind of suppression of women's rights is being eclipsed. The suppression is being eclipsed. So Iran is under a lot of intense pressure just because of this eclipse. But then we also have the energies of a possible spiritual war. So grab yourself some hydration, get yourself comfortable, put in questions in the chat if you wish. Thank you for being here, and let's get started. Richard says, yes, I wonder if it's fake, the war, except the narrative war, but the Stargate war is very real. Good point. Good point. We're going to tap into the energy. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit woo-woo, but if you all have very specific questions about the logistics of the war, go ahead and put it in the chat. I will get them at the end. If you could put maybe the WAR as a big W or something, or put a dash in between, just so that we don't trigger the YouTube algorithm right now. So far, everything has been really good, though, for me. So let's go. As I get these cards ready and pull up my notes, I do want to say that at the end, we will be doing some questions for you. I won't do individual questions, but we will pull from the collective. All right, let's get started. All right, there's a layer above the layers is what Spirit's been telling me. And that's why I'm doing these card pulls today. So what is the negative energy, the layers, the beings that are actually instigating enough energy? Are there beings Or is it just the astrology bringing in karma to the region, right? And that's why, sorry, here I am coming up on my own live stream. I gotta look at my notes on my YouTube video. So, all right. Yeah, something's going on here. Spirit, please let me see the layer above. The layer above the layers. Energetically, dynamically, spiritually. Let's just connect to that layer. Independent from Earth, but also connected deep within Earth. Page of Earth. Okay, we got the 9 of Earth, so there's an independence here. And then there's a 5 of Earth, which is a low quality vibration within Earth. It's not within Mother Earth. It's a low quality connected to Earth. We have Page of Earth. We have 4 of Earth. Okay, something's going on. The Matrix card, 10 of Water. Interesting that I asked for the spiritual layer and I'm getting Earth. I'm getting DNA. I'm getting corrupt DNA. I'm getting corrupted humanity or corrupted toxicity here. I'm getting something related to money as well. Something connected to money, but I'm seeing deformity of some sort. Some sort of deformity, DNA deformity connected to, finances and money. But this is also, I'm getting more deformity, some sort of deformed humanity, deformed DNA, not fully human. 6 of Air, here is something related to space travel or aircraft. This could even be airplanes. The fire, the conflict, the bombs right here, 5 of Fire. Civilization, humanity. And then underground, again, 4 of Fire. This is the underground nefarious beings. There's a faction that's coming in. There's a faction, but I can't really feel their energy. I'm just seeing it in the cards, which is okay. There's a faction coming in. To be honest, it's feeling like a little bit like an Al-Qaeda type energy. It's feeling like humanity that are just stuck in their own little unascended, unevolved bubble, and they're just kind of like vibrating in intensity, and they can't break out. They're not evolving, and as a result, they're exploding. This is giving me a mix between some sort of control DNA, hijacked DNA. Tell me more. I actually switched to another deck because I can't really feel the energy. It feels almost mechanical. What's the layer behind the layer? 3 of Pentacles. This multiple people involved, and I'm also seeing the trifecta or the group of 3: USA, Israel, and Iran. Something being worked on, economy and resources. Slow movement of resources. This is the strait. I think it's Hermes. Is that how you call it? The Strait of Hermes that's blocked right now. Movement, travel, slow movement. Give me a layer. Give me the layer above that we don't see. What is this deformed humanity? Knight of Wands. So this is military. Leaving the region. And that magic is happening. Okay. What kind of military have left? Something has collapsed and something is being shaken up, and it's causing this reaction of a war. Tell me about this military that has left the region, which is causing an energetic collapse. As a result, the humanity that was tuned to this military that left is literally having a panic attack. They're just going ballistic. They're going into full-on attack mode. It's like a rabid dog energy here. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Strength card. So this is a civilization that have a lot. This is an advanced civilization that came into control or some sort of, let me get more information, but some sort of system to control, to manipulate, but it's an energetic control. Okay. Now we're getting to the layer. We're getting into it. This is deep. This is deep. This is humanity, civilizations, and communities, an underground or a secret connection, and then a choice point. Okay. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, what is the layer behind the layer? There's something in humanity's DNA that has been implanted in their DNA. And this could very well be a fourth dimensional chip or a type of control that has been locked into humans' DNA somehow. Maybe it was programmed from their birth, because I'm getting, this is in the DNA of people in the Middle East. It's in their DNA. Something has been put into their DNA by a military that could very well be a different kind of advanced humanity that have left the region. They have left the region, and as a result, the humans left in the region are kind of on the fritz. This is very, very weird. If you like this kind of stuff, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I promise I'm not always this woo-woo, but I need clarity. I'm doing this for me more than for anyone else. Spirit keeps telling me there's a layer behind the layers. Now, the history of, we're going to keep going deeper, but the history of the Middle East is that certain gods came down and actually began giving 10 commandments to certain people groups. And the Bible talks about there being an Elohim, or a council of beings, right? God. The Christians refer to it as Father, Son, Holy Ghost, the normal Christian God as we know today. But the Hebrew Bible calls it a council of gods. So a council of gods established humanity at some point on the earth, possibly on a section of earth, because the Garden of Eden was sectioned off. And so there are parts of interpretation in the Bible that you can literally see gods bringing down their rulership to different people. The god of Baal and Moloch required child sacrifices. The god of Jehovah of the Israelites required animal sacrifices. And then we had Yeshua, Jesus, come in and sort of be like, human sacrifices, animal sacrifices, we're done with that bullshit. Pardon my language. We're done sacrificing blood. Okay? As a result, he was like the final sacrifice, where the system of Jehovah and the system of maybe other ruling spirits literally got so angry at him, they eclipsed him, they eliminated him, they put him to death, and he was like, traditionally the Christians see him as the last sacrifice. He was a sacrifice to end all sacrifices in the Middle East. Blood sacrifice is huge in the Jewish, the Hebrew, and the Muslim culture. Not anymore, but it was the basis of their religion. Blood, being shed, death, okay? So these religions, they might not right now in this day and age have sacrifices, but it was what their religion was built on. So what kind of entity requires a blood sacrifice? Even Jehovah God that required it of Moses. Who was this God that required an animal to die for him to be happy? So when you have these factions appear in old, ancient, the Vedic scriptures, the Old Testament, the Ethiopian Bible, these factions split out, and they actually create people groups that if they followed their pattern of living, they would bless them. It feels like here, when I tap into the energy of not Palestine, but Persia and Iraq, Iran, and I know that I'm not getting the geography quite right? But Iran especially, there seems to have been not just a, if you worship me, I will help you and protect you, I am going to integrate your DNA with something. You will be my people. It's all over the Bible, even with Jehovah. You will be my people. I will dwell in you and you will dwell in me, right? And yeah, very interesting concept there. Let's get back to the cards. All right, Spirit, am I on the right track with an implant or genetic modification that has actually been in the culture of people deep within that have bred that culture? Is there anything connected to people's DNA or connected to their mind? It could just be an energetic pattern. And that's why we needed to go to a new land to actually break away. You know, America was born because we had to break away. You know, we had to go to England. The Western world was born. We had to separate from that land and our genealogies in order to actually evolve in a different way. We had to separate. Christians had to separate from the Druze. That's why it's just interesting there. So tell me more about this layer of connection to humanity towards something in their DNA. So we're still on the first question. All right. It's the Sun card. So I'm asking it if I'm on the right track. That's a positive card. It's a yes card. We have this strategy. It is more mental than we realize. It was a strategy as well. Let me do the full spread. The past is the Devil card, temptation, demonic energies. And if you're on my email list, I said very clearly, Jesus called them demons. Like he literally cast out attachments to people as part of his ministry. He cast out attachments to the locals, right? And the locals got freed, they got healed, they got set free. Here's the Adam and Eve card too, by the way. They began to get set free, and as a result, the ruling establishment, the ruling religion, the people who worship Jehovah killed Jesus. They got the Romans to kill him. They petitioned the Roman Empire, which would be other gods, right? The Roman Empire worshipped other gods. They didn't worship Jehovah. The Hebrews petitioned the Romans. So the energy of Jehovah and the energy of the Roman ruling establishment petitioned. They literally put Jesus to death, who was saying, I'm casting out entities and there's no more blood sacrifice. So there's definitely a very nefarious, very negative energy here that's still being, I'm seeing it like eels in the water, you know, they're just kind of like eels, you know, just kind of like fighting and struggling, you know, for survival. We have military activity. I'm also seeing an implant of some sort. This is technology, but this could also be, I'm seeing technology with this card, which goes with this one, which says there is a mental component here. We have Page of Fire. This is a vibration and energy. And then we have Four of Air as well. The Four of Air is secret, hidden, unknown. And humanity, here's the choice. They were given a choice, but they didn't know what it was. There was a hidden agenda to the choice they were given. And to be honest, I don't think they had a choice. They was like, this is what we're doing. And they kind of like had unwritten contracts in what they gave humanity. Tell me more about this. Is this an implant or a mindset, a mind trap? Is this a matrix, or is this more physical? Right? It's definitely there was a mindset here that and I'm really thinking the Anunnaki. There was a group of gods that went rogue and they implemented or even hijacked and got some different people to serve them. But there's something here. Here's Three of Fire. They are gone. Nine of Fire. The implements are still left and the world is revolving. The world is not evolving. It's literally ending the cycle of this type of control over the human mind or the human population. Still not getting everything I want, though. There's something more. Let's go on to our next questions. There's something more here. Spirit's trying to say, Ruth, you're getting some of it, but you're missing the other part. Tell me about the nefarious beings. Tell me about the nefarious beings that maybe hijacked the Stargates or actually, interesting, corruption. They're gone. Moon, the corruption, and the moon card represents toxicity when I ask about the energy of a being. If you get the sun, it's positive. The moon is hidden and nefarious. And then we have the card of ending, burned with fire, 10 of fire, released, set free, but destroyed, hindered, but ended. So there's some sort of nefarious being that was there and they're no longer there. But the residue is there. The implements are there. The DNA is there, but it's like supposed to be on a self-revolving, rotating. This is the way we do things. We do our prayers and we do our, our mass, and we do our structures, and we have our women like this, and we have our young men growing up like this, and we have our wars, and we're okay. We're in our little bubble. Suddenly the ruling energy leaves the planet. The God gets eliminated from its power. Whatever God tried to hijack the religion of the Muslims, I don't believe it was all wrong. Whatever God, whatever entity, whatever spiritual, and I say God with a lowercase g, like whatever entity or spirit tried to control it, that energy is like gone or destroyed or nullified. And the energy is spinning out of control. All right. Thank you. That's basically what I'm getting here. That's basically what I'm getting here. And that's what I got with the Iranian Stargate as well. Something's gone and it's spinning out of control. The Tower card, that's the international conflict. Ace of Air, it's looking for, it's in a vacuum and it needs control. Woo! Right now, Iran is in a vacuum. It's lost its energetic control and it's prime suspect to be blown up, to be controlled, to be destroyed. And it's actually looking to anchor back into humanity. The Iranian energy, the government is spinning out of control. The people are looking to anchor back to be one with humanity. They're looking to integrate into Mother Earth's energy and be one with humanity. And the earth around Iran is literally trying to align back to the rest of the earth, but it's like a vacuum. And like one dog, when there's a victim dog and she goes, woof, 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 and sometimes all the other dogs pounce on her because they see her victim. That's what I'm getting. There was a huge vacuum. Other countries felt this vacuum, and some people in the Iranian government reacted because they now no longer have orders from their spiritual counterpart energy, and they just literally panicked out. Now I know that there's more to this than that. There's logistics. There's the reason why the mindsets bomb other countries. There's reasons why. But what's happening is that they don't always see the repercussions. People aren't seeing the repercussions because this is a very, very volatile situation that is not logical. There is no logic to this except in the layers below. All right, let's go ahead now and ask the next question. Okay. What is happening right now in the spiritual war in the Middle East? Do we have good beings of light coming in to solve this energy? Do we have any conflict there, or is it all a residue of the conflict that happened? Let's take a look. What is really happening spiritually? Left, here's the higher realm. Here's the air space, the interdimensional space, 6 of fire, but there's also an element of leaving Earth or leaving, being over. It's finishing up. We have Ace of Earth, but not on Earth. The war spiritually is finishing up, but not on Earth. The war is not done on Earth. We have 9 of water. There was a fulfilled desire, an accomplishment. Something was fulfilled already spiritually. Okay. The war is over spiritually. 10 of air, a release, a surrender. This is confirming what I saw on my last poll, that the nefarious negative beings are gone. The Hermit card, there is divine wisdom, divine timelines. There is galactic technology or galactic or angelic, high advanced humanity healing. I hear the word sealing the energy. You know how you do Reiki and you like seal it afterwards? That's what's happening in Iran, in the energetic realm. The Sun card, positivity, and there's a cleaning out possibly of underground facilities as well, energetically. Okay. Whew. This is the second time I've pulled on Iran, and when I asked for the spiritual war, it's like calm. This is who is in charge of the Iranian otherworldly, Stargate, the otherworldly side of Iran? The good guys. The good guys. That's why we need to take hope that we're not going to go into WWII. Okay, there's good guys. There's good guys. This could even be a measure of white hats. This could definitely be a measure of like the valiant Thor crowd. This is definitely a measure. Something spiritually has eradicated these beings and it's sealed. They're sealing the stargates. They're cleansing the energy. They're taking care of the interdimensional, that ancestral realm, that realm that lies right above our realm. They're taking care of certain dynamics here. But this is actually very physical as well. There's definitely a measure of physicality. This is not all just spiritual. There's a lot seen. There's a lot of partnerships going on, negotiations starting to happen. All right, let's keep going because I think Spirit wants to go down, down, down. Will the Western nations go into WW3? What is going to be the next result? Okay, if they're sealing the Stargates and healing it, are we going to spin out of control as humanity, or are we going to end this war? Are we going to find a resolution? Energetically, Iran is looking to be integrated into humanity and ascended. We have entered a timeline where Iran is at peace with the world. We have entered a timeline where Iran is supposed to be at peace with the rest of the world. Wow. She wants to be at peace with the rest of the world. Spiritually, as a whole, as an energetic function. I don't even know how to call, the heartbeat. It's just time where she as a country is at peace with the rest of the world. So are we going to go into World War III though? Do we have the leadership in our world? Israel, USA, Iran, do we have any kind of leadership that can actually manage this energy and bring it into harmony? So what's happening? What's on the future for Iran now that we're sealing this energy? And this isn't just Iran. This is a lot of the people groups of that area. 6 of air, 8 of fire. There is an ending. Interesting. I think negotiations are started or attempted. There is a treaty available. Okay, so we have negotiations that are hopefully to be planned, or no. Correction. The negotiations and partners, they already have identified the ruling partners. Okay, there's three of Earth partnership. They've already identified the 3 factions. The 3 factions, right? The rulers of this Earth, our political leaders, have already identified who are the key players. Okay, the key players have been identified. That was huge for some reason. I don't think they fully knew who was creating this war. All right. Who's behind it? I just don't think so. There's been an identification. Or there's been a call for an identification. You need to come forward and talk with me. Something like that. You need to come forward and talk to us. Stop hiding. And it's like the rest of the world, and I know people have different opinions about the US president, and people have so many opinions. That's okay. What I'm seeing here is that there's almost this kind of karmic, you've been the bulldog on a chain at the other side of the park, barking at everyone, biting everyone else. And now the rest of the dogs in the neighborhood are sort of like, it's time you come out and meet us. It's time we have an honest conversation. And we need to know who you are, and we need to settle this now. Like, we can't keep playing these games. Do they have nuclear warfare? Do they have nuclear weapons? Where are they? Are they hidden? We can't play. It's like the German Shepherd and the Bull Terrier Mastiff is standing there looking at this bulldog saying, it's time you come out and talk to us. You've bitten enough people, and it's just like a karmic energy, a karmic retribution. It's done. Because on the timeline we're supposed to be in, Iran is supposed to be in harmony with us, with everyone. Those people deserve to live a normal life, ascending and evolving with the rest of humanity. So there's a treaty in place. I believe President Trump has a treaty. Israel is giving me the vibe of being very clueless and uninterested in this, but there is a treaty that has been formed that President Trump is approving right now, and that different military generals are looking at to say, when we can finally pull out this identified faction that's causing this conflict, this is our treaty. There is a treaty in place. I have here something getting ready to leave an intense pressure. This is actually the intense pressure from the airstrikes that happened just yesterday morning. This is very clearly a bomb and airstrikes. Very clearly airstrikes. Come talk to us. Come talk to us. It's time we talk. Stop biting people on the playground just because you're mad. Let's talk. Here's the Queen of Fire. It's a high vibrational plan. This is an ambassador. Queen of Fire. This is definitely high vibrational. It's good. It's ready to go. But just because it's ready to go doesn't mean it's going to happen. This is high vibrational. What is this Queen of Fire? This is the current energy. I've solidly tapped into the current energy. This, the Star card. This is a technology, possibly a leader. I'm getting technology. I'm getting a leader. I'm getting somebody that's got some clout here, putting things on hold. Putting things on hold. Tell me more about this King of Water. It's not a good energy. The King of Water represents a leader, but it's just like the star, like they're going after something. There's technology being used to find the leader, to find the instigator, and to capture them. The real instigator. I think President Trump and the USA found out that the leader they took out was not the real leader, or there's another leader. Like they don't know who they're playing with. Ten of Fire, removing the Sun card, but also a surrender. They're offering this leader surrender, and they can't quite get to this leader. They're trying to cause that leader to come out and negotiate. They have a treaty ready to go. But who is this? I do not like this energy. There's a leader here who's very manipulative, very toxic. They're using technology and all their resources to find out who is calling the shots. Who's holding up? Where are they? They're holding up that strait that's holding up the all the oil in the world, basically, from what I understand, in my limited understanding. Who is this? Where are they? Hierophant, very traditional. Very Sarah, Marja, M-A-R-A-G. I don't know if that's a word. S-A-R. I'm seeing that. Betrayed. Thought he was killed, but he's just on hold. Somebody they thought was very connected to an entity maybe that's still existing. An attachment. A son of somebody. He's the son. Somebody they thought he was killed. He was not. He was not. He was not. There's a son of a major general or major leader who is the instigator here. Political moves. The lie. We've been lied to. Our media. We've been lied to. A lot of confusion. Pulling the strings, creating magic. And there's this, they cannot bring a treaty or a negotiation to Iran because there's somebody behind the scene who's the son of somebody who's pulling bad strings. It's like the entity is still attached from this Anunnaki group or this dark reptilian energy group that's gone. The group's gone, the military's gone, but it's still like an attachment, and it's just creating havoc, like destroy. I hate the world. I hate humanity. F you all. And it's just causing him to do actions, possibly even out of anger that his father was killed or his father was removed or his father betrayed him. Okay. Yeah, somebody is really fueled with some intense energy and they are not communicating and they do not want to communicate. All right. So let's go forward now and look to the future. That was the energy here of what's happening right now. I do believe the U.S. has a treaty ready to go. They want to talk. They cannot talk. Israel, Israel is giving me very interesting vibes right now. I almost don't want to say it. But their energy is some here, we're here in left field, and it's a very stupid energy. Like very nonchalant, stupid, and like mental, like bleh, I don't know what I'm doing. So I've never felt that way before about a nation, and so I still send them respect as people, but if this is the government, like the energy is really stupid. So I apologize for my words. Sometimes that's the only way that I can communicate. It's just like a mentalness, like they're mental. They're a little bit challenged. Okay, let's go ahead now. And what was my question? I'm doing this. Oh, the future. Let's see how this war ends as it stands right now. What's going to happen? How is this going to happen? Every resource is being put in from our intelligence community in the U.S. to try to find out who is the real leader because they want to talk to him. The media is not telling us the full story either. How in this timeline, at least the strongest timeline yet, how is this going to end? Are we going into Ooh, we have 6 of fire. There is a moving on. There is a 6 of air, excuse me. There is a resolution, but they have to, it is a choice. It is going to be a choice. There's several choices, several timelines open right now. Several timelines open, 2 major timelines open. And I feel this is coming from Mr. T. Our U.S. president is like, we're going to do this or we're going to do this. And I think I'm tapping into those 2 options that he has. We're going to do this or we're going to do this. If he negotiates, we're going to do this. If he negotiates, if he does not negotiate, this is what we're going to do. There's 2 timelines. Queen of Water, a system. Page of Fire. 9 of Earth, 3 of Earth. What are you telling me? The Tower card. Ooh, okay. An independent strike. Something's coming in. So a Tower moment's coming in. A shaking up. The partnerships coming in, possibly being broken up. Queen of Water. Page of Fire is telling me that there is someone's being fake. Someone's being fake. Someone's not doing something right. The partner, the 3, the triangle, something's off. Something's effing off. The negotiation, it's a lot of stress. The improvement. There is a timeline where the nations are so distressed they accept the terms of President Trump. There is that timeline there. There is a timeline where they accept the deal. They accept the offer. But I'm thinking in this timeline, the most positive timeline, before the Iranians accept the offer, here's the offer, here's the acceptance, okay, the judgment call, the rising above, but in between is a little bit of trouble. I do feel President Trump will have to trouble them again to get them to come forward just to talk. There will be some anxiety, some more possibly attacks. And that is just kind of how it is in this timeline because of the anger and the toxicity of this son of a general, son of a king, son of somebody. This man's not budging. You're actually dealing with an entity here. You're not dealing with the human. You're dealing with this I hear it leaking in Anunnaki energy. It's intelligent. Okay, so there is that one timeline. What is the other timeline? What is the other timeline? I do not feel that it's going to end tomorrow either. But it's this entity. It's this intelligence. Okay, what's the other timeline? What's the other timeline that is open to humanity here? 7 of Earth, Messenger of Earth, the Devil card. Yeah, this is a corrupt military being formed, a military being formed attached to this energy and this negative vibration, a faction, a low vibrational faction of Iranian troops. I know this It's not the Iranian people, okay? We love the people. We pray for the best for their country. But there is a possible military that is attempted to be born to cause a massive mess in its underground. It's nefarious, but it's also hidden. It's going to be launched here soon, and they will eventually go to possibly war and then a major surrender. So if they do not find this leader in time, this leader is currently right now creating a whole army, a whole regime, thinks he can win. He's under an illusion, a delusion that he could possibly control the Middle East. And he's creating a military. And if they don't find this leader and remove him, he will continue into the timeline of creating a military that will be very bad. I do see an end and a surrender, but it's a longer timeline. I'm seeing 6 months to a year, if not more. But yeah, he's got plans for mobilization here in the Middle East. I'm not sure how powerful he is. The Tower card, the Hanged Man card. So this is giving me he wants to attack. He wants to continue holding up the Strait of Hermes. This is also he wants to continue holding things up, and he wants to create his own. He wants to keep bombing. He wants to keep attacking. We do have the Sun card here. So this is telling me he might be interested in resources. I'm definitely seeing a desert as well. He wants to gain control of a specific desert. There's the Page of Earth. Resources, some sort of resource, possibly an entranceway. His target right now is holding. He's got this old style, old military feel from like 600 AD, where they used to guard mountain passes. And that's he literally could even be like an entity that used to do warfare in that kind of time. So these blueprints are coming into this man's mind to like hold mountain passages, where that was all that they could control. They couldn't blow or bomb things up. They could only seal passageways. There's a desert area that he's trying to control. He's trying to lock up another region of the world. It's desert area. It's an entrance to a desert. I don't think it's I don't think it's Mojave Desert, because that's somewhere else, I think. Horrible geography. But it's a desert, so that's a reference point to me. Maybe it starts with an M. There's a desert. Yeah, there's definitely the timeline. He will be launching massive, and he's also massive attacks or massive restraint, massive suppression, gathering entry points where he feels are key entry points to the world. And he's going to do that and try to gain independence that way and try to negotiate. So he is the underling of President Trump. He is the antithesis. He is the anti-Trump. And I mean that like the antithesis. It's 111 on the clock. He's the so where President Trump says, this is what I need, and we're going to do things this way, and you don't want to do things my way, I'm going to slap on a 10% tariff. He's literally a second Donald Trump in his own right in that area. He's playing Trump's game. He's playing it by holding, well, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to hold up resources. And although he doesn't have the right to tax people, he's holding up resources. That's his strategy. And I feel that this is President Donald Trump's final battle. This is President Trump's and the USA's final. This is him facing his doppelganger. And you do need spiritual wisdom and spiritual help, and the strongest, highest vibration will win. Both of these timelines, there's a surrender, but this is President T's doppelganger. When I say doppelganger, it's a version of you that is like your shadow self. Now, it's not literally, okay? It's not, but this is like metaphorically his this is him in his shadow side. This is who he could have been. He's facing a final battle here, and this final battle is huge for him, for him as a soul on Earth. This is huge. This is possibly, yeah, energetically, this is huge. If he has spiritual beings assisting him with giving him ideas and blueprints on how to run this world, this entity has spiritual beings telling him to F up the world. And I'm not saying everything President Trump is doing is right. I'm not saying he did what was right by God. I'm just saying this is the current energy. Okay, where can we call in assistance? This is not on my schedule, but I do feel that there is. Wow. There are assistance for the United States in the world, because this could go into a deep bloodbath. Not so much a bloodbath, but a long drawn out conflict, because these leaders in Iran are not getting their ideas from just human logic. They're getting it from a panicked, devastated, isolated, nasty entity who's got no more reason to live except to create the largest havoc in the world, right? So here, what assistance is here for the United States and for President Trump? I have said this card that fell out, Queen of Wands. You need to listen to the woman in your life, your wife. Ooh, Melania's got an answer. Melania's got some wisdom here. This is the marriage card, the wife card, and the queen, the one. Yeah. There's somebody connected, or Melania, he needs to listen to her. She's got something inside of her that she might not even know the understanding, but she can feel the energy. Okay, assistance is his wife, number one. Any other assistance coming in to help our world? Justice, karma, Page of Wands. This is interesting energy. Victory. There is victory. There is always victory. But right now, the energies within him are quite conflicted. I don't think the Moon card here. Tell me, there is victory. There is victory. We got the Six of Wands. This is the victory card, right? But then there's something in the center of the Moon card, but we're asking, where's the assistance coming from? Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. This just got effed up, you all. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying. There's assistance here, but he doesn't want to use it. There's assistance here with people that maybe don't like him. There's assistance here with maybe even some spiritual type beings that might have certain types of energy and aren't fully human. They're very... I hate it when this goes into like aliens and grays, because part of me, myself, I'm just like, this could be assistance in some sort. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to be honest with you. There's some sort of type of creature or semi-human, or I see the grays. I'm going to be honest. The grays, the moon realm people, something that he's like, you stay the F over there and I'll stay over here and leave us to Earth. They might be bringing in a partnership with, I'm seeing Bashar's people. Are you familiar with his people? Can you go get this entity and remove him? And he doesn't want to do it. Yeah, there's some sort of energetic help that humanity can use to go get this entity and extract him from this person. This could be some sort of deprogramming. This could be some sort of sending an energetic, like a 4D missile. This is spiritual warfare, but it's semi-earthly. This is effed up. I've also heard stories of how you have like the reptilians, but then you also have the beings from the out west, and these are the not the werewolves, not the vampires, but something like that. And that they're creatures that kind of stay in their own realm and they bleed into the dimensions, right? And we sometimes see them as weird creatures, and they do the cattle mutilation. So that kind of spacecrafty alien craft. There's an alien There's an alien civilization that's like, you need help, and he doesn't want their help because we've kind of kept them at a distance. Oh my God. Oh my God. They live secretly. Humanity doesn't know about them. The secret, very, very secretive, but spirit high tech. Like picture the crafts that Area 51. Area 51 type. That's who they are qualified to deal with this in Iran. I apologize if I'm not making sense because I don't understand all of it myself. All right, is Valiant Thor involved? Let's just go ahead and ask that. And then the last question I'm going to ask about, what are USA and Israel's relations going to be at the end of this? All right, then we'll do messages for your future. Valiant Thor, we have intense pressure, energy. They're assisting, but I do not think they can find this person either. They're assisting, they're applying intense energy, air cover, they're military. Valiant Thor military is involved, but they're blocked in some way. Eesh, that's a clear answer. Blocked military. They're trying, they're applying pressure, but the Valiant Thor crowd is blocked in some way, or they're not operating for some reason. But there's another civilization that can negotiate with this darkness, and they even maybe strip it or send some sort of fourth D missile or some sort of sever the attachment. I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's go on. All right, let's look at Israel and the USA. What is the future of Israel and the USA and their relationship from this time forward into the future? Now, timelines can change. What is their relationship? Improvement, judgment, healing. Okay. What is their timeline shift? Working with you. The way they work together is going to be different. There's going to be a lot more boundaries being set. We do have an elevation and a more holistic approach to their relationship. We have a partner, so it does seem like they're going to have partners and they're going to have plans, but it's going to be transformed. The energy is calming down a lot, so that's good. And I mean, I'm calming down. All right, the Hierophant, the religion, karma and justice, the blank card. Okay, something having to do with the religion and the control of religion is different than Israel and the USA's relations. The relationship is going to change so that their religion and their established is not going to have a say in the way US affiliates with them. It's almost like the relationship of Israel and the USA will improve according to the cards. It will still continue, but what's going to be different is that Israel will no longer, the USA is not going to let Israel's religion affect the way Israel wants to operate. It's going to be strictly economic, and for the purposes of working together as nations, there's going to be a lot more boundaries. Israel's religion can no longer dictate international politics. And that is what this whole mess has established and what humanity has chosen. As of right now, the timeline is Israel is not dictating what the US does because Israel's got a religion and they're affected by their leaders, their religious leaders. So that's good news. So it's not so much that they're going to be divided in economy and international relationship, but something about the religion is going to die in its lobby. I actually see certain religious lobbyists being kicked out of Washington, D.C. The religious lobbyists. It's almost like they're going to set new boundaries of who can lobby. If you're interested in producing economic relations or financial relations or trade, yes, But if you're going to lobby because you have religion at your forefront, because you hate the people around you, because of something that happened 3,000 years ago, no. We will not accept lobbyists who are coming from a religious background in order to control U.S. politics. That is, I think, the highest vibrational timeline we could go into at this point. All right. So we will manifest that. Manifest that for the world. I think it's Annette, A-N-N-T, says, yay! That is exactly what we need. We don't need more division. We need more boundaries. We need more. This is what I can do. This is what I can work with. How can we negotiate this? All right, let's clear the energy and let's pull you some questions for you from your higher self and your future timelines, whatever your spirit guides want to say. Now, here's a very interesting concept that I heard from a fellow YouTuber, and this made sense. She says, when people were watching her videos, she got a comment that said, I was not subscribed, but I was watching and I really resonate with you. So I subscribed, and all of a sudden the messages were just for me. It was like, how do you know that's for me? And what the YouTuber said is, when someone subscribes, they hit the subscribe button. When they hit a thumbs up or when they leave a comment, well, she said, she didn't say leave a comment, but when they subscribe. And I also have noticed this for people who subscribe on my email list, right? She says, when you subscribe to a channel, you're literally giving an energy to exchange, right? An energy to them. So the tarot reader or the clairvoyant connects first to the community energy, to the energy of those who clicked subscribe or gave a thumbs up. So most of my readings will possibly be for you who have subscribed to my channel. So I want to thank you. And it makes a lot of sense because sometimes I see your faces flash in my mind when I read. So yes, if that motivates you, if you're interested, it's free to subscribe. You just hit the subscribe button once and you subscribe. You get notifications and it is much appreciated. And it does support us and get us in the algorithm. I'm looking for 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetized. All right. So for those in the collective of harmony and love, spirit guides, any messages for those watching live or on the replay? Any messages for their future? I'm seeing a 1-month period, a 2-month period. I think a lot's going to happen in these next months. Any messages, spirit guides of the light, angels of the light, guides, higher selves, spiritual wisdom? Now take what resonates and leave the rest, because some of it will be for you and some of it won't. So you just follow your intuition. It's a great way to build your intuition as well. Strength card. Okay, somebody set a boundary and it created a conflict. Somebody set a boundary and it created a conflict. We have somebody felt you were being lied to or didn't have all the information. And so you just said, you know what, this is what I need. This is what we're doing. And I can't be doing this. I need more information. I need more information. And it feels like you're in an energy or a mental battle right now. And I apologize if you can't see my cards too well. This is the 5 of Swords and the Strength card and the Page of Swords. So there's been some information you've been suspicious on or have not been receiving. And then you kind of set a boundary and it created some shaking. It's temporary, but it's shaking. This was with a friend or a community group or a third party. The third party felt it and was not happy. There's work to be done and a solution. So there's a solution coming. And I hear the words, there's a solution coming. Is there any guidance on what you can do to resolve the situation? If this rings a bell with you, if you've recently set a boundary, if something seems a little bit out of whack because you're asking for more information or you're looking at all the details, any guidance for you? Something that you can possibly work on here. Making plans. Being prepared to walk away. And there is an elevation and an improvement coming. It's almost like Spirit is saying, don't stress about it. but look at your options. I think you have two options, two of wands. You have several options. Look at it from the big picture and just be prepared to expand or pivot, right? Doesn't mean you need to do it right now. You might be still waiting for some of this mess to resolve. But instead of panicking or being upset or assuming that you're going to lose your advantage, you're going to lose something, the message coming in is saying there is a proper resolution that is good for you and good for the other parties. But just be willing and prepared. Use that as a stabilizer. Use that as a grounding agent. Say, you know what? This is what I'm doing. This is how I want it to go. Set your intention, but I'm also prepared to pivot and do this elsewhere. But I'm also seeing 1 week, giving something 1 week, which is the end of Mercury retrograde. Give something 1 week. Be prepared to do something that might need a little pivot. And there is some sort of help coming with the Six of Cups. There is some sort of resource coming. All right. Any messages else for the collective of love and light, those watching now or on the replay? We are heading into a new moon. We're still ending Mercury retrograde. Somebody has a choice to make, and the answer is yes. Okay, now just wait till we get more details. Okay, and you always use your intuition. We have a choice, and the answer is yes. Move forward. Let's get more details. You've been a little suspicious of someone or something. You've been kind of staying back and looking at something from different angles. You've been self-protecting, setting some boundaries up. You have been a little bit cautious. And you've been afraid of a struggle. You've been afraid that if you make this choice, it's going to be difficult for you and it's going to be hard work. It's a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief. There's something where you're being overprotective and you're kind of waiting for the situation to iron itself out. You're kind of afraid to be too pushy. You're waiting for something to happen and you really need to get some ego and get some boundaries and get some strength in the situation. So the first message was for the one, okay? That was for things will iron out, get your options in place. This is for somebody who needs to make a decision now. And things are on the fritz and you're waiting for somebody else to take leadership, and Spirit is saying it's time to go. Make the plans. Get the plans in motion. It's time to go. You might not launch until after Mercury retrograde's over. You might not launch till April 1st. But Spirit's saying it's time for you to decide what do you want and to start making the plans. Just plan. Not much action, just plans. Just get into the energy you need to make the decisions in this area. Yeah, the universe is going to respond to you becoming the leader in this area. You deserve it. It's time for you to make the offer. Don't be afraid of the conflict. And there could be conflict happening right now because nobody has made the statement, this is what I need, this is what I plan on doing, here's the negotiation. This is a karmic situation of rebalancing and bringing in some legal, some paperwork, some justice. Hey, everyone, I know we haven't been able to make a decision, but this is how I want to move forward. What do you all think? Putting it in paper, getting a contract, writing it in an email. Don't just do verbal, get it on paper. Say, hey, this is something that's fair and balanced for you, fair and balanced for me. But the situation you're in right now definitely needs some leadership. And you are the woman for the job. You are the man for the job. You are chosen to take the leadership and begin the negotiations. Somebody needs to make a darn choice, and that is you. And the one who has the light will be the leading vibration in this field. I think there's a lot of conflict happening because nobody's making a choice and nobody's taking leadership. So if that message is for you, I wish you the best. You've got this. Marsha says, waking up is not a president because of who he is. Okay, so you're talking about other things. Gotcha. You must be still watching the other part of the video. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, where you ignored the other presidents. That, yes, I understand. Oh, yes, good point. Okay, Let's do some other messages here. I'm getting another big message coming in for somebody. Another message coming in for somebody. Moving fast. You feel like there's a people or a family or a community or a job, okay? So this could be from multiple people. It's huge. I think a lot of you are facing it. It's some fast moving energy where you're feeling like things are moving very fast, but it's coming from your people group, your community, or your workplace, or a group of people. There's some pressure here. There's some pressure here to move too fast. There's some pressure here to force something. And Spirit is saying it's time you set some boundaries and hold back and connect to your energy and get grounded first. This is some pressure. This is some pressure on somebody who's trying to go with the flow, but they're being pressured by a corporation, a job, a group. And Spirit's saying it's really time to lay low right now. If you've been feeling pressured and it feels bad, that's your body telling you it's not right. It's not in alignment. This could be coming from a female energy, a mother, a grandmother, or a woman boss. Yeah, they're giving you really bad vibes. They have some subconscious things going on, and this is really giving the energy of pressure and just a little bit of toxicity here. This could be a woman in your life that is feeling just too much. They're pressuring, right? The World card. This could be somebody who's passed over, transitioned, death. This could be someone who might be getting ready to transition. This could be regarding a funeral. This could be a mother making funeral plans. I know it's very specific, but I'm also getting the King of Wands pressuring you in how to deal with your husband or your partner. There's some sort of transition happening that this woman is just pressuring you, and maybe your partner, your husband, doesn't like it, and that's a sign from you as well, like something's out of alignment. Basically, the energy coming in is you find your inner balance and what you can do, and that is all the magic you need. So this is the Temperance card, the angel who's finding balance, who's bringing balance, water and earth balance, and then the card of magic and magician, the magician card. This is telling me you have everything you need within you, and you need to just say, this is what is in alignment with me, and that's it. And everything's going to fall into place. I don't think that this person is necessarily bad. It's just they're seeing it from a different perspective, and it's not as high vibrational as you are, and the perspective is really pushy, and your partner might be getting affected by it, or telling you about this isn't right. And so the answer is you find your alignment, you find your balance, and let the magic happen after you anchor yourself. And this is, again, setting some boundaries and getting grounded. This is what we're doing. Ma, this is what we're doing. I know you want me to do this. I know you want me to, but this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And it's just a simple decision that's going to iron everything out. There's a lot of boundaries happening. Pam says, thank you. That one resonated. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good. Okay, let's see if we can get one more. One more for someone. A lot of alignment messages coming in for your future. So I'm pulling messages, and this is where Spirit's telling me. You've been pulling messages for people that are looking at their future, that want to find how can I get to my best timeline. So the messages are you setting, a lot of them, all three of them, setting boundaries. This is what I can do, and the magic will happen on its own. But you getting connected to what's right for you and just clearly communicating that. So now I want to pivot and do something that's not just so much future related, but any messages coming in that maybe your guides want to say, or your ancestors want to say, or just some encouragement for humanity. Let's open that channel here. Just some encouragement, some messages. Okay, financial independence. Checks in the mail, messages, emails. Some new beginnings concerning financial independence, some finances. The Boss card in the past, the Emperor. The Lovers, the political stage is changing. This might be a decision made in your region. Justice, fairness, balance. So some of you are maybe interested in when am I getting a release of money, or when am I going to get more release in my finances? There is something connected to a major choice that's not your choice. And this is getting me maybe something coming in with related to a political policy change, a transition, the way things are done for the entire group of people, a legal policy change. What is this? So maybe some of you are waiting for a bill to pass or something like that. The King of Wands, I know what this is. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you are wondering when President Trump is going to tell the U.S. Treasury to unlock some of the funds for humanity, the humanitarian projects, or even just give checks in the mail. When will we get our money from the IRS? Some of you are thinking that. Sometimes I've been thinking that too. So maybe this message is for me. Is there going to be any money released? We have been promised from the people that if it can go through Congress, that money is going to be released in March. However, and it's going to come from the U.S. Treasury. This is the vibe I'm getting, like a political move. I am getting a yes to it, but the legal side is still not there. The legal side is still not there. Tell me more. Is money going to be released? There's been a little bit of a change in how things are going to be handled. And it was more of a difficulty than they realized, but there is still some sort of humanity support attempting to come in. And this could just be another factor as well, an elimination of a tax, an income tax. This could be related to taxes. So I apologize, it's a little bit vague. I'm just getting two more cards. If that's the message you've been looking for, then take what resonates and leave the rest. Happy family, the deal being made to help communities. So there is some sort of humanitarian effort being released around April-ish. Humanitarian effort. This could mean a rise in your Social Security. This could even mean a check in the mail, like a refund from the IRS that's going to go out to a whole lot more people. And this could just be also community support from assistance from a local government. So I'm seeing even in the UK, there might be some assistance coming in local. I've been seeing that for a while. I've been seeing assistance coming in to people in the UK from their local government. And then I am also seeing some sort of humanitarian efforts being launched more so in the U.S. Hi, Maggie. It's good to see you. Any other messages from our spirit guides? Okay, a betrayal, a wound that somebody has gone through. They've been through a deep betrayal that happened. This was from a partner. This was from a friend or a lover or a husband or a wife. And somebody has been very confusing. And it's hurt. It's hurt you. You have felt stabbed in the back and the energy is very heavy. They might have cheated on you with someone else. And so if that's true, this is confirmation that if you are suspicious of somebody cheating on you, they have. If you've been feeling it first though, okay? These messages are only to confirm what you've already been looking for, what you've already been feeling. But you feel like somebody cheated on you, and the spirit is saying they have. And I'm not, and I'm seeing here a yes to that. Anything else that you want me to know or to pass on concerning this spirit? Justice is yours. You are doing justice and possibly doing some paperwork as well. And Spirit is letting you know you are on the right path. Okay? Do not doubt yourself. There is financial assistance and you will be taken care of. You will be, because what's happening is that the energy right now is you feel the energetic betrayal. Your soul knows the betrayal, and you've got to remove yourself from that situation in order to heal. So I send you so much love. I send you peace, but you are on the right track if you've already been feeling this intuition as well. There is support from you. And I do believe your angels and your guides will be supporting you in this. There's a yes card again. If you've been thinking, is this true? Am I on the right path? Yes. You have a new energy and a new life coming towards you. Make the plans, go with the paperwork, sign the documents, do what you need to do. You will be creating a new energy in your life and will find the healing and the rest that you truly need. Your energy field will go through a complete shift. Any other messages from our guides and angels? Bless you, Spirit. We're so grateful for love and light, for our guides and angels that support us. We give you permission to bring in abundance, to bring in wealth, to bring in high vibrations, to bring in love, to bring in community, to bring in joy and peace and happiness into our life. We give you permission to clear our homes of any negative energy, to bring in people aligned to us for our best and highest good. We set that intention. Final message, a lot of energy and attention we get from our spirit guides. Here's the star card. I'm sorry that it's hard to see. The star card is this beautiful angelic guide energy. And then we have the attention and pressure and influence from them. They're working on a lot. Some of you have been looking for stuff and they're working in the background. I'm seeing the Saint Germain Fund. I'm seeing the Rodriguez Fund. I'm seeing funds that are being ordained to help humanity. The Devil card, you feel like you have been trapped. You feel like you are currently trapped. You feel like you have a curse on you. You feel like nothing has ever moved forward. How can I ever get ahead? Your angels are working on it. Your angels are working on it. Focus on releasing any kind of depressing energy. Why won't I ever have money? Why won't I ever be happy? Try to focus on releasing that, because if you can release it and find the little things in life that bring you joy, even if it's going out to your local restaurant and having a coffee, if you can release that energy, you'll make space for your spirit guides to work behind the scenes. Your mind is lying to you right now that the way life is today is the way it will be next year. That's a lie. You don't see the full picture right now. We are in Mercury retrograde. The world is shifting so fast, our heads are swimming. There is abundance coming. Don't believe the little matrix we have around our mind that says, well, the way life has been for the last 5 years is the way it's going to be for the next 10 years. It's actually a lie. We have angelic support that are actually clearing out toxic energy out of our world, out of our energy fields, out of life. They're just cleaning house, especially I think with the energies of the Schumann resonance and the solar flares. It's a major house cleaning. So don't believe the lie that everything will continue. Plant your seeds. In fact, many of you, your seeds are already planted. You've told the universe what you want. You've said, this is what I need. This is what I'm asking for. This is what I want for my future. And Spirit says, trust. We have heard you. The seeds are planted. They're safe. They're growing. All you need to do now is just take care of your energy. Your energy is your most important commodity right now. Keep your energy focused on the little things. Keep your energy focused on you. Keep your energy focused on what brings you joy, the tea you make in the morning, your kitty cat, your dog. Keep your energy focused on the flowers. Keep your energy focused on doing those fun little activities. Because if you keep the negative energy in you, when things start opening up in the world, because astrology is changing and we've got good things happening, when these things start opening up, it's going to be difficult for the goodness to come to you. So your energy is the most important thing right now. Yes, 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 yes. This world will not be the same in 2027. It will not be the same. And I don't know about you, but I want to align myself to my purpose, to my highest fulfillment, and I want to bring in my best and highest future timeline. And the way I can do that is simply by letting the universe know what I truly want, right? Letting the universe know this, I'm not dealing with this anymore, but I do want this. I'm willing for this. And then the energy is also supporting you when you do what brings you joy. Let me go ahead and share with you my website. I do have some private readings available this week. Not a whole lot, but I do have a few. And if you are interested in, I have a 1-question reading for 19 and then a Zoom or phone reading for 79. And you can see some of the messages there from other people as well. If you're interested in this, or if you're even interested in my coaching program, let me share that with you. I do offer life purpose assistance, and I am offering right now a mini reading to connect to your spirit guides for your life purpose and your mission. And you have a team of contracted spirit guides. I tell a lot of people that, it's easy for us to connect to big energies like Metatron and Sandalphon and Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael. But if you really want assistance, it's not the big energies you want. You want to connect to your team of contracted spirit guides. Those that are here not to channel through you, give messages for other people, but they're here to clear trauma, generational curses, and they're here to clarify your soul contract. And in this support program, I also teach you how to quantum leap to your best and highest future, which is actually how I am doing this event. I am doing a Mind and Body Expo. Can you see that? Let me go ahead and share. You cannot see that. Let me go ahead and share. The Mind and Body Expo I am doing using business energetics. And it's the same thing I teach with life purpose and business energetics. And what I basically do is I quantum leap to a successful event. I see myself in the clothes I'm wearing. I see myself in what I'm doing. And it actually is producing a very successful stress-free event that is actually bringing in some major, high-class doctors and teachers. Jill Glasspool Malone, wife of Dr. Malone, Dr. Robert Malone might even be there. She has done work in gene therapy, immunology, and public policies for infectious diseases. She came out against the vaccines and the mRNAs and things like that. And she's very intelligent. She's coming. And then we have other workshops, doctors, women's health, and other herbalists, and a sound frequency bath. And I'm just honored to be able to do it. But I do this project stress-free because what I do is I quantum leap to a successful event, and then I listen for inner guidance. What is my part in this today? And then I do what I am seeing in that meditation. You listen to a recording. It's like 13 minutes long. You listen to the recording, and then you just do what you see in the recording. And literally this beautiful community is forming. And I have a sponsor. We have a sponsor here. I'm doing this with my friends Sabrina and Natasha. And I'm just so happy and excited. But this is what I do in the coaching program. In my Manifest Your Destiny course, I teach you to see your future and to manifest your destiny, your project, or even your future. And it is truly some of the best things I have ever done for my life. So I am offering a $9 mini reading, and I'll share more about my course if you're interested. So go into the links below the description box. I would love to share this with you as well. We will be live at 2 p.m. on Wednesday again. But I am thinking about changing it to 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday. So 12:30 on Sunday and 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday. But I don't think this Wednesday we're going to change. We're going to stay at 2. But just give you a heads up, I really like the 12:30 as well. So put it in the comments if you enjoyed this. Was this too much for you? Did you like it? Was it crazy? Did half of it resonate? Half of it didn't? I think half of it didn't resonate with me. It resonated, but it freaked me out. So I'm just being very honest with you. Thank you everyone for being here today. If you like this, please subscribe and then also share it. I do have an email list that you can sign up where I share some of this intense information as well. violetflame.net. Go to the bottom of the page, put in your email. I only send you emails regarding this. So click accepts marketing. You don't get marketing from other people. You get it just from me. So when you click accept marketing, it means you're getting it from me. So you'll only get the email when I send it out. And you'll get a link for the video and you can join live and ask questions. Hola, good afternoon. I'm late. No worries, my dear. Sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it. She says, yes, thumbs up right now. I'm going to catch the whole. Yeah, it's pretty intense, Shauna. It's pretty intense. Maggie says, subscribed. Thank you so much. Yes, the messages you get when you're subscribed, I think, are more tuned to you, and they will come in. The spirit guides pull from those who are subscribed first. So yes, so glad, so glad. All right. Until next time, you all, I'll see you Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Bye.